Hello, my name is Conrad Nofro, and my company is Mad Hatter Investments. What you're about to see is my very first official flip. This is a property we picked up in East Bakersfield, California at an auction for $80,000. What you're seeing here are the before pictures. As you can see, the house was in pretty bad shape. There are some issues with dry rot, gang taggings in the back, and as you will see, a real mess on the inside. I'm going to do a little video tour of the place and show you what we did to bring it back to life. And as I go through it, I'll throw in some before pictures so you can see what we started with. Because we were having a record drought in California, we did some water efficient ergo landscaping, which has the added benefit that it is relatively cheap. This little porch was added as a part of the rehab with the wrought iron wraparound, very decorative and not for a lot of money. As we enter the house, this is what the living room looked like originally. Popcorn ceiling and god-awful paneling. At some point, it appeared as if we had some squatters, and they are responsible for a majority of the mess we found inside. This is the living room now. We took down the paneling and cleaned up the ceiling. A little paint here and there, and as I swing around, you can see the dining room and the kitchen. Now this was the original floor plan. It was very enclosed, very claustrophobic. The traffic flow was very poorly executed, and the dining room was extremely tiny. When we go back to the video, notice how everything is opened up. All that foot traffic now flows along the back wall to the left. Actually, that wall was originally part of the master bedroom closet. We knocked the wall out and relocated the closet to expand the size of the dining room. Here in the kitchen, we put in granite countertops and new cabinets. We moved the sink from the back wall to a spot in front of the window looking out over the front yard. Now this is the original floor plan. On the other side of that wall, here in the dining room, is the kitchen. There's the original sink, and that small doorway leading into it. It's very narrow and confining, as you can see from these pictures. Going back to the video, we'll return to this very special room in a moment, but right now we're going to step into the master suite. As I swing around, you can see the new closet that we put in right there, and this back wall was that original closet. We expanded the dining room, it is now on the other side, and as we make our way out, you can see what this room looked like when we started. And there's the original closet to the left. Next we make our way to the bathroom. It was completely redone, a brand new vanity, a new tub, a new toilet, as well as new floors. As you swing around, you get a quick little selfie, and you can see what the bathroom looked like when we bought the place. As we look at the kids' room, we move the closet up to give us a little bit more room in the bathroom. There's some before pictures coming up. Right now I want to mention this very special room, which we'll return to in a moment. The room was the bane of my existence, honestly. It was a garage that the previous owner had converted into a third bedroom, a half bath, and a laundry room. This is probably 20 years ago, and it was all permitted, but how they got past inspection I'll never know. When we redid the bathroom, we had to open up the wall, and the wiring was all done with pigtails and electrical tape. Nowhere near to code, not even 20 years ago. Now this is what the third bedroom looks like now, and a couple of before pictures. Now as we make our way to the bathroom, I had to bring in an electrician to completely rewire this converted garage. The plumbing was also not to code, so we had to bring that up. The house was built in 1950, and we discovered that the clay sewer line had disintegrated, so we had to run a new sewer line. Unfortunately, plumbing and electric are two of the most expensive repairs you have to fix. And as you can see, this was a bathroom slash closet. Don't ask. Anyway, as we finish off our little tour, I ran the numbers, and with the cost overruns in that back room, I was in for a little under $120,000. We figured the after repair value at about $130,000, maybe $135,000, if I didn't mind sitting on it. But after you figure in commissions and closing costs, I'd only be making a few grand. So we went to Plan B. Since this was all my money, I owned the property outright. I decided to turn it into a rental. We probably overdid it for a rental property, but the good thing there is it rented quickly. I took this video the last week of October and had a tenant for it 2 days later. They moved in the last week of October and are paying $1,000 a month rent. I can sit on it for a few years, collect some good rent, and let it appreciate. 3 or 4 years down the road, I can probably get $160,000 to $175,000. So the takeaway here is always expect the unexpected. I was probably a bit too tight on my numbers and should have allowed for contingencies. The other takeaway is always have multiple exit strategies. This is Conrad Nofro from Mad Hatter Investments.